All right, first question goes to Doug Smith from the Toronto Star.
Dr. Lowry, how are you, sir?
What's up, Doug? Why can't I see? Hold on. Why can't I see Doug's face? Oh, see, they.
You know what I look like anyway, man. It's been 9 years.
Is it been that long?
So are you gonna end all the suspense?
I want to see. No. Hold on. Put the whole gallery view on. I want to see if I can. I want to see everybody.
You're like Fellini directing a film. What the hell are you doing?
What'd you say?
You're like Fellini directing a film. What the hell are you
Hey,
doing?
man. Great people got to direct their own. Their own story.
I know. So are you gonna end all the suspense and tell us whether you're? Are you gonna end up all the suspense and tell us whether you're coming back or not?
I think you know the answer. I'm just gonna go out here and enjoy my summer, train, um, get my body right, get my mind right. Enjoy my family time. Right. It's been a crazy year. It's been one of the most difficult NBA seasons I've ever had. Um, and with all that being said, I'm kind of BSing around your question because I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah, I know. And we kind of went through this at the trade deadline as well.
Yeah, you guys are kicking me out before anything happened.
We got all your obituaries written, that's for sure. But what will eventually go into your decision whenever it is made? What will be some of the factors that determine where you want to play for how many years you might want to play left?
To be honest with you, my family will be a major factor in this. And also, money talks and
Yeah,
years talk and all that stuff. And let's be real, right? We I play this game for the love of the game. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure my family is still taken care of for generations and for the time to come. Even though they are now, I want to continue to be able to do that for my family. And when I pass away, my family, and then be able to give back to the communities that I support and to give back to things that I love and to continue to build my brand as an ownership type person and entrepreneurship type things. But until that time comes, I still have a lot more to give, right? I have a ton of basketball left in me. Unfortunately, this year was just, it's just because of crazy year, right? We were in a good spot, but yeah. So my family, years, money, all that stuff comes into play, and I don't like talking about that stuff because I think everything happens for a reason, and it happens. So I'll prepare for anything, and I'm ready to, do my job, whatever it is, wherever, whenever it is, at a high level.
excellent. Thanks very much, Kyle. Enjoy your summer. Get your handicap down, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks, right?
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it. You enjoy your summer too, man.
All right.
All right.
Next question goes to Mike Ganter from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Kyle. How you doing?
What's up, Mike? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Listen, you kind of touched on it. I think everyone would agree that the team, we didn't get a fair representative of what this team is about this year. Does that sort of unfinished business, does that play into your decision or factor in at all this year?
Yeah, I think I think this year with the move, we kind of started off struggling, right? We kind of started off in a little bit of a rut or kind of I don't know what the word would be that I would try to describe it as, but we kind of hit a good groove, right? I think we were like fourth in the East, and then we get hit with the COVID stuff, right? And we go down coaches and players and all that stuff happens, right? And it kind of takes everything that was here to there, right? And a lot of it does not a lot, but it does play a factor in it because I enjoy the challenge of people counting me out, counting the team out. I enjoy that competitive nature, and I want to challenge myself and see what I can continue to help do and build. But a lot of things will be factored into this summer and into this free agency. And the unfinished business thing is part of it a little bit, but we'll see what happens.
Obviously, you've got more control now than you did at the trade deadline. Even
Mhm.
do you kind of like? Is there any more or less certainty now about your decision than you had then? Like
I don't know.
I remember you walking off the court going like,
Yeah, because I mean that was that, but um, I have, like you said, a lot more control in this decision, and we'll see what happens, right? Like we'll see. Of course, Toronto is always going to be home to me, and it's a situation I would love to be in. And if it works out, it works out. If not, then we make choices on what's best for myself, and what's the choices will be made that's best for myself and my family.
Got it. Always appreciate it, Kyle. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Enjoy the summer.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Next question goes to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hey, Kyle. Thanks for coming out.
How had you got on?
Cabot Lynx.
Okay, all right. Have you played there?
Played there a couple years ago. Yeah.
How bad you play?
Pretty bad. It was like
Okay,
my
cool.
first,
That's
my
all
first
nice.
couple rounds of the year.
Yeah, I heard that. Everybody heard how bad he's at golf. So cool.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
that's all you. That's all I wanted.
Well,
to
how good are you? Let me hear your excuses now.
I'm better than you.
Oh, okay. How good is good?
Better than you.
Oh, that's what handicaps are for. They adjust the. Anyway.
Yeah. I gotta fluster, y'all. I gotta fluster because he's terrible at golf.
Why have you not played since the game against the Lakers? Why was that did you leave that as your last Raptors game?
That's a really good question. I knew that was coming. I think it was a decision that, we were still, had a little bit of back tightness the next game, right? And then, it was a decision between myself and my agent and our organization to make sure that my body was fully right, just in case we could make a push, and also to evaluate younger talent, right? That was a decision that we all made collectively, right? And, and I wasn't mad at the decision, but it was kind of a good game to not play after, just so you know. But it was, a lot of things went into that. I wouldn't say it was just one thing. I think it was a multiple amount of things that went into that, but it was a decision that was made collectively.
It was important for you to be healthy coming into the off season, and was that a factor as well?
I mean, that's, listen, I can walk down the street and get hit by a car. Anything could possibly happen, right? Knock on wood, right? Anything's possible with that. But it's also, trying to see what the future it holds for the franchise, right? And the organization. I've always been, a team first player, right? And this is a organization that has put me in a position to never have to worry about a thing again. And, like I said, we made a collective decision, and we wanted to see the talent that we had, and see the players the young youth that we had playing some meaningful games, and go from there.
Yeah, this is your third time as a free agent since you've been a Raptor. How is this different than the other two times?
It's I'm older. That's one. It came off one of the most difficult years in personally in NBA history, with COVID, the relocation. Then also, this is way different with my family, right? My kids being older, right? My kids are they're in a point where, they're at a point where stability is going to be key, right? And they've had some good stability in Toronto so far, and we'll see what happens with that. But it's a big difference because of my family situation, where I'm at in my career. I don't want to finish my career. I want more championships, and that's always been the goal, right? And yeah, money comes with that, and you get paid, but championships are a big key into why I play this game.
Appreciate it, Kyle. Have a great summer.
I appreciate it, man. You too.
Thank you.
Going next to Josh Lewenberg from TSN.
Hey, Doc. How's it
What's up, man? How you doing, Josh?
I'm good, man. People are doing the whole has Kyle played his last game in Toronto thing. Is that something you think about, or is that something that you just sort of laugh off because of how many times we've all done that over the years, including a few months ago?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no matter what, it wouldn't be my last game in Toronto. No matter what the situation is, I ain't retiring. That's one. That's why it's funny. But two, everyone's going to have their own story. Everyone's going to write their own script, right? And then the one thing that's great about our world is everybody has their own opinion. All right, that's the one good thing about our world. It's a bad thing also sometimes, but everyone has their own opinion, and it's a good story for people to write and to have fun with. But we'll see what happens, right? No one knows what the future holds. No one knows what comes, with the next day. We all just have to live it every day and every moment. and that's important to just take it day by day and minute by minute, hour by hour, and live our lives like that. But it's a cool story to write for people. I just hope they make me look really cool.
Well said. Thanks, man. Thanks for all the time and all the insight you've given us this year.
Thank
Much
you, man.
appreciated. Enjoy the summer and good luck in free agency.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Josh. You've been great. Awesome. And I ain't had to see you, so it's even better in person.
Next question goes to Eric Kareen from The Athletic.
Hey, Kyle. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm all right. Are you, when you look back at this season, are you able to separate what, I mean, all the external things from Tampa to the protocols to COVID to what happened at the end of the season with rest and what this team needs going forward? I mean, whether you're here or not, so sort of the things that didn't go right because the team wasn't built for them to go right.
Yeah, Sherman Hamilton is waiting, is entered the waiting room. You guys, do y'all want to let Sherman in?
He just wants to ask you about golf.
Yeah, let's see.
I let him in.
Sherm, you get in, Sherm? You're late. Sherm late, everybody. Everyone shame Sherm for being late. You're late, Sherm. Your question, it's just been, this year has been crazy. Like, and I've asked, I forgot who we played. I was like, I was asking an official, I was like, man, this year, how hard has this year been? And like, even with the older guys, and this has been one of the most difficult years in NBA history, right? And we got it done somehow, some way. And yeah, it's a testament to the players, the coaches, the organizations, the teams, the media, the operating crews, from top to bottom, right? And am I able to like separate it? It's kind of, you have to, but you can't, because it's still an NBA season, right? Like, this is my 15th year, and it's still a part of my overall, journey, my overall story. So you can't really separate it. You want to separate it because it was such a shit year, but at the same time, it's still a year that it counts. It happened, right? It's still a year that I was able to say I was a professional NBA basketball player, right? So that alone makes you not be able to separate it. Yeah, you can make excuses and say this, that, and the other, but I'm not gonna make the excuse of oh, we had to move to Tampa, oh, we this, that, and the other, because we were at a point where we were in fourth place, right? So it's still a situation, because if we were playing right now, there wouldn't be any excuses. So we didn't play well enough to get in the playoffs or get in the play-in and all this stuff, and we just didn't do what we could have done, or what we what was possible.
And unless you walk in like a Celtics uniform or something, your ovation in Toronto, whatever that is probably going to be pretty good.
What if it's a Toronto uniform? Like, damn, there you go. Somebody's kicking me out. Everybody, y'all see Eric's kicking me out. You see that? Eric's kicking me out. Eric's kicking me out, everybody.
One of the other 29 uniforms, including Toronto, would probably be fine. I've just, have you thought at all about what that moment, regardless of the uniform, might be like?
I haven't, because it's literally too brand new. I haven't.
Yeah.
I did watch that video. Grange so amazingly narrated. I mean, could have did a little bit of a better job, but
yeah, let's not give him too much credit.
We're not giving too much credit. But that stuff was pretty cool, and it was a part in there that if you watch the video, you see my youngest son like sitting there, and like he was like into the game, and that kind of like, oh wow, like that part hit me. But other than that, I haven't really thought about anything else, but continue to be a leader on this team, throughout the end of the season without me playing, and just finding ways to think about how to fine tune and make myself a better basketball player, a better professional in this upcoming summer.
Thanks, Kyle. I hope you find some time to golf this off season, and
awesome.
Look forward to seeing you next year.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, see, you ended that well. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Next question goes to Tim Reynolds from the Associated Press.
Dr. Lowry, good morning.
Well, Tim, what's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing, man?
I'm great.
We still call you man, and we have to call you Doc now, I think. So.
That's the only thing that matters. I mean, yeah.
All of my Canadian friends on here are curious where you're going to play in October. I have two questions. My first one is about July.
Okay.
You're on USA Basketball's list, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Have you considered spending a few weeks with Pop this summer and being part of that team?
Yeah, that's under consideration. That's it's of course, right. I want to represent my country and get another gold medal. We'll me and my team will my internal team will talk about that and see what's the best decision. But to be able to go out there and represent your country and possibly win a gold medal is it's always high on the list, right? I got one gold medal in 2016, and that was one of the greatest feelings ever, right? That was that was just and you create a bond with a group of men that are at your stature, and that bond can never be broken because you win that gold medal. Um, Team USA is one of the best things that we do, right? That's one of our things that our league we take pride in being able to send our players over there and to try to win a gold medal and to represent our country in a strong place. So yes, I have considered it, and I will think about it. And if the pool, I don't think we're having tryouts, so I think they'll make the calls and say, hey, we're choosing you. And like I said, me and my internal team will talk about that, and we'll figure that out in July when that time gets closer.
Will you talk to other players?
No,
I'm sure that's going to be a consideration too.
no, I make my decisions on me. Like I make my decisions on myself, right? I make my decisions on how and what I want to do.
Will Pop be a factor?
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to play for one of the greatest coaches in basketball history? Like, and I have a little bit of a good relationship with him, but by being playing against him for a long time and spending a couple weeks with those guys a couple summers ago, and he's a great man, great coach in general. So to be able to have an opportunity to sit around him and learn from him and be coached by him it would be a very good thing.
Thank you, Doctor. There's good golf in Vegas if you do join USAB this summer.
Yeah, I know. That's where I'm at. I'll be out there, nice and tan.
Shadow Creek's waiting for you.
My home.
Thank you, Doctor.
No problem. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you.
Next question goes to Stephen Long from Sportsnet.
Hello, Dr. Lowry. It's good to see you.
How you going? Good to see you, Stephen.
I'm good. You mentioned before like how challenging the season was. So I just want to know like what was the most challenging aspect of the season for you personally, and also like what was like a season highlight for you?
Ooh, the most challenging thing? Shoot. I think the COVID time we had as our team, that hit us hard, right? It hit us at the wrong time, and it kind of like broke what we had, the momentum. It just kind of killed us in that month of one win, March. I mean, that was a brutal time, and I'm not a loser, and it bothered me every single day. And I know we were undermanned or whatever, but like that losing thing really bothers me, and it bothered me a lot at that time. And I think that was probably one of the most difficult things that this year had. But the highlights of this year was, I'll be honest with you, we had 10 or 11 guys who scored 30 points. Some young guys, some old, like it's just, and Freddie's having his career high 54 points instead of a new franchise record. Like the things that all my teammates do, the accomplishments that my teammates get. Jalen Harris having his career night, his first points. Malachi's career night. Yuta having, getting a contract. Us signing Freddie Gillespie to that. Us, getting Kim Birch on a buyout and him having a fantastic year. Pascal just taking a beating in the media and then coming back and playing his butt off, right? OG's growth, right? The growth of OG and understanding what he's going to be. Freddie, I talk about him at length, and 54 points, becoming a leader, almost second leading scorer, should have been an all-star. Who else? Stanley Johnson, right? A guy that was a high pick, super high, highly touted, had to hit down low, hit kind of low, and then come back up and to finish the season the way he did. Like, just being able to see the growth of everybody in our team, right? And Gary coming over, having his career night, and Rodney Hood, just, all the small things that my teammates have done is always the highlights of my personal season. What I do personally don't matter to me. It's what those guys learn and gain and what they do throughout a season is highlights for me.
Yeah, just one more for me. But how are you feeling physically, like health wise, right now?
Well rested.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, no problem, man.
We're going to go back really quick to Doug Smith from the Toronto Star.
Doug, what's up, dog? I thought you were done.
Kyle,
Hey.
What?
Are you the oldest guy on this call?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. No? No? Simmons.
Oh, Simmons. Yeah, Simmons got
Hey.
it for a year.
Hey, Simmons, tell him that he has to face he has to turn around with the light so we can see his face a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Just be glad I got the damn thing turned on. Never mind how it looks. Hey, I need to ask you about Masai. You're so closely linked. You're so closely linked to him. He has a decision to make as well. And I'm wondering if you could take us through your relationship and what that will mean in your negotiations.
Yeah. Freddie had an unbelievable quote the other day, and you guys all know what that was. And our relationship has grown, right? Like from the time I've been here until the time now, like our relationship is more. It's gotten better, put it that way. And at the end of the day, like I told him this. I said, the part of the reason I'm still here is because of him, right? And part of the reasons I re-signed here twice is because of him, right? That's a large part of why I'm able to be who I am and gotten to this point. So his decision, yes, it definitely will factor into anything, but I want him to get what he deserves, right? He is the best out there, right? He should be the number one, rated president / general manager / whatever other title, the president of basketball operations. He is that. He will get his payday, and it's well deserved and well earned. He's put together great teams, and he's put together one of the franchise's greatest runs there has been, right? And like to say it, he didn't trade for me, but he was the one that paid me to stay twice, and he gave me the opportunity to continue to lead. So he's made great moves, and like I said, his decision, whatever it is, I want him to be happy also, right? Not just as how I am for players, but he's helped me become a better person, a better basketball player. So his decision is based on him, and I want him to be happy whatever he decides, whatever he chooses to do.
Outstanding. Thanks very much, Kyle.
I'm Dougie.
All right, we're going to go back to Michael Grange, who's going to kick off the lightning round. If we can keep it to one question moving forward, we'll get to as many questions as we can.
Kyle, I've asked a bunch of different guys about you as a leader, and they've all said good things, which, okay, I'll take their word for it. But
You should.
when you look at your growth as a leader, who were your role models, and what do you hope you deliver as a leader?
I mean, my story, you guys, I was fortunate to have Alvin Williams, right? And before I even got to the NBA, be one of the guys who he would pick me up and from school and take me to my house and take me where I was going to that night, to be able to play against a guy like him and to know him and to have him as my, I would say, original, mentor, right? And then I got super lucky to be drafted by Memphis and to have Damon Stoudemire on that roster and to talk me through a lot of stuff and tell me to really just stay patient and continue to work and to always support me. And you guys know how I feel about Damon and just that. And then I was fortunate enough to have Chauncey Billups and the Tyronn Lue, who are coaching the Clippers together now, be those guys who were still playing and was able to help me mold while they were still playing, but still give me a game, right, to how you do this and how you get better with that. And myself and Chauncey, and Ty, we talk all the time, right? Ty Lue is one of the best coaches out there. He's got a championship. You know, he's leading teams, and Chauncey's, you know, starting his transition from the television to the coaching, and he's like, you know, those guys still talk to me about life, and I still talk to them about life. I got lucky, man. Like I got lucky to have 4 guys like that too. I can call mentors, and the guys that I look to them as leader, as men, right? And they're all great men and people, and I just want to make them proud because of they put me in a position they showed me how to be that, and I just want to continue to pay it forward. And I'm a big pay it forward guy, and hopefully I can pass it along to the next generations and generations, and you know, continue to have, like, you know, Freddie's I don't take any credit. Freddie's learning, becoming a better leader, right? And those things is like, okay, happy to see that, right? And everybody that's come through here just continue to get better. And Freddie's, you know, taking that and their leadership role, and he's gonna be it. He's gonna be it.
Thank you, Kyle. Take care.
Right, going to go next to Aaron Rose from SI.com.
Hey, Kyle.
What's up, man?
Well, we have no haircut. We have no barbers here right now, or golf. So that's the excuse for my hair.
Oh, man, put a hat on.
Why didn't, or maybe you did, but why didn't you sort of go to the front office at the deadline and respectfully say, like, thank you so much for everything, but I'd like to play for a playoff team? Sort of seems like you could have been used in a playoff. As you mentioned, you're still quite talented.
Yeah, you know, I made a commitment. What's up, boy? Coach Mark Tyndall just popped in. Yo, yeah, Mark Tyndall, North Philly's finest. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What we do. One is I started the season off, and I got to a point where I was like, yeah, I want to be with these guys, and I want to finish the season out with these guys. I want to try to make a push, and I want to continue to push and try to make this, you know, make a run for a championship. And I told Freddie, and I said, man, this was, you know, whatever, it's like January. I was like, man, I want to finish the season. I feel like we could do something special. And then when COVID hit and we kind of went down, and I basically was like, I'm a man of my word, and I'm not going to force anything. And I trust the decision making of Bobby and Masai, right? And they decided not to do it, and there was a reason they chose not to. And Masai gave you guys that reason on why he didn't. And as a man, I respect it, and I understand that he was in open communication with me about it. And I'm not that guy. Like if I want, I'm going to go out there. I said something in January that I truly believe, and I stuck with it. And like I said, those guys had the final decision, and they made the call not to. Right? I roll with what they've done the last 8 years. I mean, I haven't been happy about all the things they've done, but I roll with it and figured it out.
I thought you were North Philly's finest.
Yeah, man, it's a bunch of us. All of us that make it out is North Philly finest.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Going to go next to William Liu from Yahoo Sports Canada.
What's up, Kyle?
What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I don't mean to make you feel old at all. What I want to ask is,
yeah. Anytime you start a comment off like that, shit. All right, let's hear it.
All right. What I was going to ask is, you know, Sue Bird gave a great quote the other day. She was talking about her teammate. It was a rookie, but her mom shares the same birthday as Sue, right? And Sue's still at an elite level. You're not that old yet, don't worry. But you're seeing it with, like, you know, Tom Brady, LeBron, CP3, you know, in tennis and stuff like that. Guys are still elite at older levels. What do you think has gone into that? Like, what do you think has changed that sort of trajectory that where people don't really age out in the same way as we normally used to?
Well, Sue's my homie, and Sue's still, you know, she's incredible, right? Her and Diana, they're still incredible. I think Diana had a game winner the other night, right? And you know, and watching the older Tom Brady, you know, Vince. Don't forget about Vince. Vince was still doing it, right? Vince was still doing it. You know, CP, Bron, you know, Rafa Nadal, right? I watched the 60 Minutes on him again, and I think, and I said this, I think of my last contract, is that the technology and the training and the preparation, the nutrition, the mental, the weight training, the technology has changed, right? The technology has grown and changed, and I see this stuff all the time. Like, yeah, well, age is definitely a number, but the way people take care of their bodies, the dieting, some people. I think Chris is a vegan, right? He's plant based rather, and like people are always consistently changing, and technology's gotten better throughout time, right? And I'll be honest with you guys, like I would tell you, if I felt old, I feel great, right? I feel amazing. I feel still like I'm still a young spring chicken. Yeah, my age may not say that, but I still move and shake like I'm a young spring chicken. I still can do this thing at a high level. And just the preparation of the bodies and the mind and the technology has changed throughout the last 20 years or whatever, throughout the last, well, every year in history, everything just continues to get better. And I think older people, not even older, but I think the human being race is just gone and learned and continue to go and evolve and adapt to it. Like that's why we're able to stay at a high level because, it's not oh my God, it's off season. I'm not doing anything for whatever the whole summer. It's okay. I'm gonna take a week or two off, and I'm gonna work on I'm gonna work on my body. I'm gonna get a new PT. I'm gonna get a new weight trainer. I'm gonna do this. Like it's just the thoroughness of the world is changing. I think athletes are evolving and they're spending more time attributes on their body.
All right, Kyle. Thank you.
All right, cool.
Gonna go next to Vivek Jacob from Complex Canada.
Hey, Dr. Lowry.
What's up, man? How you doing, baby?
I'm good. What's the most unique Tampa experience that you've had outside of the basketball court and outside of the COVID protocols?
I was about to say unique. I was about to say bambooed at home. But outside of Tampa, listen, like outside the basketball court, Tampa has been unbelievable. They showed us love. They showed us a lot of support, and they let us come into their city and basically use their city as a home base. So for them, a city to do that is pretty cool. And I think the most unique thing is we helped bring a championship here. It wasn't just Tom Brady, it was us. No, it's been cool, man. The city's been awesome.
Thanks a lot, Kyle.
No problem.
Next question goes to Raphael from Radio Canada.
Hi, Cal. You mentioned the importance of winning championships again and parts of your decision. How far do you think that the Raptors are right now from getting back to that championship level, especially with a young spring chicken like yourself back on the team?
Yeah, I think the organization, the team is still there. It's still playing at a level. It still can play at a level of championship level, right? I need to add a couple pieces here and there, but with the leadership and the coaching staff and the players that the team has, it's not far off. And it's only one champion, right? Every year it's only one champion. There's only one team that gets to that level, and I think the leadership of the organization, the players, they're in good hands, and to be able to make a decision on how or what this piece would look like, or what is needed to get to that championship level again. And I feel this, to be honest with you, before the COVID thing, I think we were hitting a good stride to still get there, right? Last year we lost in the bubble to a great team in the Celtics, and they beat us in a 7-game series, and our confidence still was building off of that.
All right, Tim Reynolds from AP is back on again.
Kyle, you said something about how the 30-somethings, and in Sue's case, the 40-somethings, can still do it at a very high level.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can only speak for you, but what's left to prove, honestly? I mean, I know you can still play, you can still be elite.
Yeah.
But you could also be playing golf literally 365 days a year for the rest of your natural life and for 10 lives after that if you wanted to. So it's got to be more than just you can do it. What do you think is the unifying factor and what drives you guys to
what I think, and I don't know, I'm not to speak for anyone, but I think for all of us, it's the love, it's the passion, it's the game that we all grew up playing and falling in love with before it was about the money, the fame, the cars, the houses, the charitable donations, the being able to get, it was before all that. It was truly for the love of the game, like in the competitive nature of being who we are at the levels that we are, even when we were 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, up until the age of right now, Sue's 40, Bron, she'd be like, I know, like, I love this game. Like, I love basketball. Like, I legit love basketball. And, it's a business part of it that sometimes that sucks about the game, but you still would go out there and play around with your friends, even if you weren't getting paid for it, right? You still go out there and go shoot hoops if you wanted to. Like, Tim, what's your favorite hobby? What's your hobby?
I will not play you, but I golf.
Exactly. Like, even if you couldn't, if you were a professional golfer, you would still go play golf at the age of 65 and to have fun. It's just because it's the love of the game. Like, it's just the love, the passion, it's the care that we all grew up with, and that doesn't just die out. Personally, it's that competitive fire that you have, and it's the joy that brings you a smile to your face every single day. And you're a smart man for not, because I'm a hustle the shit out of you.
A sports writer, Kyle. There ain't much to hustle here. So, thank you again.
No problem.
All right, we're going to do 3 more questions, and you'll set the record for longest player press conference in franchise history. First one goes to
who has the record? Who has the record? Me?
Masai's one after the championship was pretty long, but you're definitely, this is getting longer for any player. Yes.
Yeah,
longer than DeMar. Way longer than DeMar.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to Katie from Dishes and Dimes.
Katie got to turn Dishes and Dimes, got to turn the camera off. I answered the question. It's sorry.
On. It's on.
Dishes and Dimes, is that the camera?
That's Kelsey. I'm from Dime, so I think Rovin mixed us up. But I'm also on Dishes and Dimes.
Yeah, Rovin,
so
come on, Rovin.
Plug Dishes
come on,
and
Rovin. Come on. It's all Rovin's fault. It's all Rovin's fault.
Yeah. Well, thanks for setting the record with us and for taking all these questions. But I did want to talk about you've talked about what it's meant to you to have so many leaders in your career. And we've heard from your teammates all season about how great of a leader you are. And I think in these last availabilities, we've heard, especially from the newer guys, about how much it's meant to them to have you as a leader. So I was curious how you think the growth and the challenges that you've experienced in your career so far kind of prepared you to be a leader, especially in a season with as many up and downs as you've said as this one.
Right. Growing up, you got to find your own way. You got to be protective. You got to make sure that you don't put yourself in a position to fail. So that started leadership when I was a child, right? Not going out and hanging out in the street corners and hanging out with the wrong people. But throughout the basketball career, right, my rookie year, I broke my wrist. I was out. Draft party, they draft Mike Conley. Right. So you great draft pick, by the way, Hall of Famer, my guy, my man. And you understand that, all right, okay, this is a business, right? You can't not be a professional. You got to go out there and do your job at a high level. And who you are naturally is not, I know who I am naturally is not a guy that's going to pout or anything. I'm going to go out there and do my job. And I'm not per se a vocal leader all the time, right? I understand the game, and I've learned throughout my own personal mistakes, and that's why I try to help, right? That's why when you have kids, you try to tell your kid, don't do that because you've already failed at that, you already messed up, so you just try to continue to help everyone else after your own mistakes and your own failures. Being a leader that I am is just, I went through so many trials and tribulations early in my career, and people saying this, that, and the other, and I just wanted to continue to know who I am, true to myself. And I've always stayed true to myself. And at the end of the day, the truth comes to, the light, right? It always does. And who I am, I've never changed who I am as a competitor, as a man. I've gotten more mature, and I've gotten just stronger mentally to know that who I am is always the right thing to be, and being a legit man, right? Jay Wright told me, we don't care about your basketball talents. We care about how you leave this campus, and leaving this campus as a legitimate man, a man that says, I made a mistake, or that's my fault. I'll take that. I'll take on that, and not take, you don't need the credit for it. You take on the shoulders of, yeah, that's me. Put that on me. I that's who I am. And that's how I've become who I am, because I'll take any criticism, any, you know, negativity, because I can deal with it.
Thank you, Kyle.
No problem.
Going to go next to Yoko from Sport Graphic Number.
Hello, Kyle.
Where's Yoko?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? Hi, Yoko. How you doing?
Hi. Good. How are
Hi.
you?
Good. How are you?
Utah was here earlier today, and he was talking about how much he learned from you. I was wondering, with many young players on this team, what are some of the Raptors way or Raptors mentality that you wanted to convey to young players, including Utah?
Well, I think the Raptors way is continue to work, always work, and and keep things, you know, get your player development and take care of your body. You know, one thing about our team is we keep things tight, right? We want to see everybody successful, and when you have a winning organization, a winning franchise, you want to continue to keep that going, and that's hard work. That's dedication on, you know, your craft. That's being able to be taught, being able to be coached. And Yuta did a great job of just kind of listening and learning, and you know, he earned himself a contract, right? He had a great year. You know, he at the end of the season, his body broke down a little bit, and he got a little bit mixed bumps and bruises, but he continued to push himself and play hard, and that's the important thing, is that's the Raptors culture, is continue to play hard.
Thank you.
No problem.
Final question is going to go to Arjun Ram from CBC.
Hi, Mr. Lowry. Arjun Ram, CBC Kids News.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for taking my question as the last question. Is there anything that you would like to say to young Canadian Raptor fans who watched you guys and cheered for you guys from their homes through their TV?
Thank you. Right. Thank you. I know this year hasn't been the most winningest season. It's hasn't been like what they're used to. You know, I mean, it's not used to the winning that they're used to seeing. But we played our butts off every opportunity that we could. You know, we played extremely hard, and you know, for us and for them as fans, just know that there isn't a day where we don't think about wishing that we could be in front of them playing basketball. There's not a day that goes by that we say, man, I wish we were in Scotiabank playing in front of our fans, in front of our young fans, our older fans. You know, there's not a day that didn't go by that we wish we were pulling up into, you know, Rondell University or coming off the DVP or, you know, the Garden, that going to our home building. There wasn't a day where we didn't miss practicing at our own practice facility. There wasn't a day where we didn't wish that we were coming out of a home tunnel and our fans standing up there signing autographs. There wasn't one day where we didn't think about Jurassic Park. We thought about them every single day and thought about the fans every single day. And that's the one thing I would say, is that, you know, it was one bad year. It wasn't even a bad year. It was just a difficult year of challenges. We just ran out of games. So our season didn't end. We just ran out of games to get back to where we needed to get to. But it's always a new year. This is, you know, it's a time where things are different, right? Hopefully we can get back to normal and the world can be back to normal and everybody can come and cheer as loud as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Lowry. I look forward to seeing you play in Scotiabank next year in whatever way. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys, all you guys. I appreciate it. You know, I'll talk to you soon at some point.